Alright, quick guide to winning blackjack. 30 minutes to beating the house. The world's greatest blackjack player shows you how to have fun and win some at the time. Win at the same time. Every Caradosa. Quick guide to winning blackjack. 30 minutes to beating the house. Avery Cardosa Publishing. Players Magazine. About the author. Alright, table of contents. The winning mind. Introduction. The winning mind. The basic casino rules. 2. Winning concept. The dealer's up card. Players totals. 3. Strategy. The basic strategy. Hitting, standing, hard totals, soft total plays, doubling down hard totals, splitting, single deck master charts, multiple deck master charts, money management, winning edge, understanding the gamble, emotional control, bankroll, when to quit 2. So 5, section 5, the end of stuff, general advice, the myth of the card counting, and glossary. Alright, the winning mind. I know all the casino tricks. I know how to get your money from you, how to get the money from you, but I also know how to beat that and at their own game when it takes a player to walk away winner. I used to make money exclusively as a professional blackjack player until no casino in Nevada would allow me to play. Not only was I barred for a little sawdust joint in northern Nevada, but from Vegas casinos as well as my photo had been distributed around town. As a professional blackjack player, as you can understand that it may be tough to survive, no casino wanted to deal blackjack to me. I started resorting to disguises, not just as a physical one, behavioral ones. I needed to act like a different player, like the rest of the losers frequently at the table. I studied their habits, picking up ones which best suited my personality, exaggerating others while I suited the situation. I often took role for the novice, asking vinegar questions, using all sorts of tricks. I developed anything that would distract attention from who I really was. My goal was to win, and that's why I was at the table. Learn how to lose. Playing blackjack professionally requires nerves of steel to be able to emotionally handle the losing streak that do occur. That is why there are so few professional players. Most players can't handle heat a couple of beatings. Even I can get caught and lose 3 times in a row. You know something? It doesn't mean that I will win the 4th time because it's brand new since and I could lose again. What separates me from other skilled technical players is not just extra expertise in the game, it's my ability to emotionally handle losing, gambling, so to speak. That is what separates men from the boys. I know how to lose and when I know how to win. Like a successful skier, most learn how to fall. A successful gambler must learn how to lose, and this is what you must work on. I devoted lots of ink to the concept to separate winners from losers, and I'm trying to win a winner out of you. I spent thousands of hours studying every aspect of blackjack, for the minute of the card removal, for the highly specific situation, card counting, formula, weighings, system design to dealer habits, betting pattern effects, but more than anything else, I have studied the psychology of the game. This is not like whether the player should hit or stand, which of course is important, but how one reacts with the ups and downs of the game. If someone knows how to beat the game, why doesn't the player win? Well, I normally to get other people don't suddenly lose at tables and get wiped out beyond their expectations means in one bad session. Why do some people seem destined to lose no matter how lucky a particular session may be? How many of these experience good winning sessions on only to walk away a loser? The answer to all the questions come from the same clause. Simply understanding the inner workings of the mind important. Recognize the emotions playing in the winning and losing a significant role. Controlling your emotions, whether the situation gets better over the one emotions, it's a smart play. Recognize that this calls in its day. When a loser continues to play, suck deeper into the bad situation. Must understand what the big game is. The big game is not only not on the table, my friend. It's in your head. When you are at the table to mentally prepare to play your best game, if you answer yes, it's good to go. It will give you the best shot. However, if you answer no, whatever reason, go over, game over, stay away, get away from the table immediately. One of the biggest skills of the professional blackjack player is self-control. I sit down and play with it for as long as I like. You can't tell me I have to play more hands. If I want to leave, I leave. I can control my environment, how too much I bet, how long I play, and what strategies I want to use. No emotional state of mind ever dictates my actions. I control the game never controls me. I always understand the crucial concept and never not to end it even once. The entire career of the professional blackjack player did I ever get the mental edge back to the casino. This is what makes it a tough player. I know when I lose my edge, get lost at the table so fast that the casino doesn't even get one more hand out of me than that one. I take my blackjack money seriously. I don't know how you feel, but if I'm inclined to donate my hard-earned money, believe me, I have much better places directly at cash than to a casino. Understanding take control, emotional state of the being an important concept that you would see with it discussed in any other book. Many of the gambling authors, they don't really understand what the concept as for what the matter. Some of the hacks, if they don't even understand what the meaning, basic playing concepts, yet there's no more important point you need to learn than a winner. But like I said up front, Avery Cardosa is here to teach you how to win. This is what the book is about. Nothing I will say in this book is about emotional or self-control will be news to you. You'll know you'll know that all this already. My goal is to keep you pointed out in the right direction. I want you to beat the casino. With this said, let's examine what you're doing at the blackjack table. Make sure you're both clear on what goals and your money is on the line. Or the goal, the most important first step of the winning approach is to clearly understand the reaching of the goal of the playing. Let's look at 4 possible motivations you want to blackjack to the table. I'm putting these questions in the prod you into thinking about the answers. Are you there to lose your money? Are you there to just have fun winning and losing and important? Are you there and to win money, or are you there to have fun but would like to win? I have understand answers yes to either one or two, but then you don't need to read this book, wasting my time, your hours, winning, losing, and the same of the other. Either way, you don't have some motivation in life, things that do take some mean. However, as I suspect most answers you have the answers no to number 1 and 2, but yes, and either 3 or 4, then we must go about pursuing winning the goal. So really state the goal of what you're doing at the blackjack table and make this clear. You are playing blackjack to win money. Now, what we have clear and both about the same page, let's see how have to go to get there. Winning formula. The winning formula can be simplified in 3 basic approaches as follows. To understand the taking control of your emotions. This is the theme of the chapter, the message of the various forms throughout this book. Learn to play basic strategy perfectly. Blackjack is a game of percentage of the good player of the game of small percentagers. You must play a perfect basic strategy to have about an even game at the casino. Exercise strict money management practices. Managing your money in form of how much of the wager will give you the disposal of the gambling money and stop loss of the top winning strategies and are likely very important of the winning formula. There will be an entire chapter devoted to the crucial concepts. The basic of the blackjack. Blackjack is a pretty simple game. You have the 2 cards start with the dealer. Your goal is to beat the dealer by either getting over the higher total of the dealer without exceeding 21, or if the dealer exceeds 21, win automatically as long as you haven't exceeded 21 first. Going after 21 is called Going over 21 is called busting. The automatic loser bust hand should be returned immediately, and if you the bust, your hand is lost. Even the dealer busts as you afterwards. That's your only disadvantage as a player. If the dealer busts, all remaining players thus have not busted automatically win their bets. You're playing to beat the dealer. Other players' point over the total wins and losses are irrelevant under your hand. If you have a higher point total, you win. The dealer has a higher total, he wins. If you both have the same total, the hand is a tie called the push of the blackjack. Nobody wins. Player goes first to the blackjack, which choose from the various strategy, opting to take one of the more additional cards, taking no more cards, standing, and if the situation is appropriate, double downing, splitting. We'll come back to the player's options in a minute. Let's look at the rest of the basic first. The deck of the cards, casinos use 1, 2, 4, 6, and sometimes as many as 8 decks of the cards in blackjack. Often with the same casino, single multiple decks games will be offered. Most games outside of the Nevada are multiple deck games, at least 4 decks. Blackjack play with a single deck of the cards is called a single deck game, and the 2 or more decks is called the multiple deck game. Essentially, where they are played is single to them, multiple decks. The rules are the same. 1 or 2 decks are either the dealer holds of the cards in hand, When more than the 2 decks are even, the cards deal with a rectangular plastic wood into the device known as the sheave. The sheave is designed to hold the multiple deck cards, allowing the cards to easily be removed from one at a time by the dealer. Each deck, even in the Blackjack standard pack of 52 cards consisting of 4 cards of each value, each ace through king, suits that have no relevance to Blackjack, only with the numerical value of the card counting. In multiple deck game, the player's cards are typically dealt face up and is not supposed to be handled with touch except for the dealer. Single deck game, and the player's cards are dealt face down and the handler by player. But does it matter if your cards are dealt face up? Usually no, because the dealer has no options, must play with the rules of the game, draw or 17 or better. If I think the game is more than when the card is dealt face down, realistically it's how you play with the cards most important, not whether you are face up or face down. Originally, 60s and 70s, somewhat into the 80s, most of the Blackjack games off of the plate is a single deck affairs. In the 80s, most of the Blackjack games offered multiple decks dealt out of the shoe. Multiple decks games are popular for 2 reasons. First, when they are shuffling involved, the casinos were able to deal more hands for the per hour with increase the profit. Second, the casinos reason that more decks would stop the card counters from getting an edge against them. Though multiple decks stop card counters, the casinos intend not only with a common misconception hard for the player to count cards with a multiple deck card game. On the contrary, the skills necessary to beat the multiple deck games are now different in what is needed. With a single deck one will take more of the card counting and non-count carding strategies later. Card values. Each card deck is counted as face value. 2 equals 2, 3 equals 3 points, 4, 9 equals 9 points. Face cards at Jack, Queen, King as counted as 10. Thus, there are 4 ranks worth 10 points. Then 10 Jack, Queen, and King, which makes a total of 16 10 value cards in the deck. The ace can be counted as 1 or 11 points as weird discretion. The ace is counted as 11 points while the hand is soft. A hand is ace is 7 and ace and 7 as soft 18. Always other trolls include hands with ace counts as 1 point are called hard, and the hard hands 10-6A, hard 17. Alright, playoffs. Other than player Blackjack described below, all of the bets paid with even money with every dollar bet, you will win an equal amount with your hand winner. Thus, if you have a $25 bet on the table, you will receive the original $25 back along with the $25 winnings with a total of $50. Blackjack automatic winner. The original 2 card hands contained with the ace and with any of the 10 face card with the hand is called Blackjack, and the automatic winner is for you. When you get the Blackjack with a 3-2 bet. Thus, if you have a $10 bet, you will get the $15 winning along with the original 10 for a total of $25. The dealer, on the other hand, only gets even money when he gets his Blackjack, and not 3-2 bonus, but you get. While the dealer's Blackjack is automatic winner for the casino, you lose only of the bet you have on the table. If you could trade off Blackjack with the casinos all day long, you would make a fortune getting paid 3-2 on your Blackjack, while the casino only got even money. If only these things were so easy. If both the dealer and the dealt Blackjack with a hand is a push, nobody wins. In the game, he holds the cards, make sure that the turn of the Blackjack's over immediately. Dealer rules. Dealers must play with the prescribed guidelines. He must draw with a hand of 16 or below, stand at any total 17 to 21. The rules state that the dealer must stand on 17s. He will count aces at 11 points if it gives him a hand total of 17 or 21. Otherwise, the ace will be counted as 1 point. In some casinos, rules dictate that the dealer must draw with a soft 17. In the casino, the dealer's ace will count as 1 point combined with the cards totaling 6 points for the ace, 2, 3, 7, soft 17. The dealer has to draw with the forms a hand, at least a hard 17. Dealer has no playing options, cannot deviate from these rules. Player's options. Unlike with the dealer, you can vary with your strategy as you like. With the receipt of the first 2 cards, you have the following options. Drawing. If you're not satisfied with the 2-card total, you have the option to draw additional cards where both your cards are dealt face up. Typical manner in which the multiple deck card games are not supposed to touch cards. To ask the card for a card, you either scratch the felt with your index finger or point over the card if you desire an additional card. In a single deck game, when the cards are held in the hand, if it indicates the dealer with a card scraping on the felt surface with the card, this motion is the most like scratching your body, except that the scratching and felt layout, not on your skin, of course, within the card. Standing. When you're satisfied with your hand and don't wish to draw with additional cards, you choose the hand whether the cards are dealt face up and indicate with a decision. Dealer waving your hand over the palm over the cards. In a single deck game, actually hold with the cards indicate the decision with sliding your cards face down under your bet. Doubling down, the option allows you to double the original bet before receiving the original 2 cards. Will receive the 1 card, only 1 card, which you must take. The card will form on your final hand. If you had $25, doubling down allows you to have additional $25 to bet for a total bet of $50. In games where the cards are dealt face up, the double down, we are simply placing an additional bet next to your original one. This indicates to the dealer that you have double down in single deck game. Turn with your cards face up, place them in the double dollar game, single deck game, turn your cards face up, place them in the front of your bet. No place an additional bet equal to the original bet so far the 2 are equal stacked side by side. The dealer then deals with 1 card face down, slipping the card under your bet. You may look at the card if you desire. In the games, both player cards are dealt face up, and the card is usually dealt face up. Splitting pairs. A deal with the pairs identical to value cards 2, 3, 3, 7, 7, 8, 8. Any combination 10, Jack, Queen, or King is considered a pair with a split with these cards out of the 2 separate hands are formed. In games where both of your cards are dealt face up with a split, indicate with playing an additional bet next to the original one. After you have the hand signal to the above with indicate with hitting or standing. To split a pair with a single deck card with a turn the page face up, separating 1 card with in front of the original bet, but the other card is not, with a few inches to the side of the place with the bet equal with the original bet behind the second card. Each card has its is now played separately with the fingers and hand signals to indicate hitting and standing of the decisions. If the first card is dealt after split card with a value identical to the original split card, the card has to split again and into the 3rd hand with the 4th hand if yet another identical card is drawn. Paired aces are then exemptions. With the split aces, you receive only 1 card for each on each 7th ace. May now draw no matter what card draw is drawn now. Note with the 10 card drawn split, ace is only 21 with a normal even money payout. This is not considered for the blackjack doubling after splitting. Doubling down after splitting, but the option allowed with the double down one in both hands of the result of the splitting down, often found with the Nevada casinos. Though standard Atlantic City with a normal doubling, we made a double down on with the original 2 cards with a split hand. Doubling down after splitting works as follows. Let you see with a good get the dealer 7, split them, draw them 4, and first one 11 and 3, second one and 10. You may elect to double down on both 11 and 10, playing each separate hand accordingly with the normal procedures. Surrender. You may surrender the original 2-card hand for the forfeit only half your bet if it is determined if the dealer does not have blackjack. Surrender is offered only the few casinos. To surrender your hand, simply inform the dealer that you are surrendering your hand. The dealer will collect the cards and take 1/2 of the bet. Early surrender, the very favorable original, was originally introduced in Atlantic City but no longer offered there. This option allows you to surrender your hand and lose half of the bet before the dealer checks the blackjack. Insurance. If the dealer shows an ace-up card, he will ask you if you want insurance. If the exercise of the option, you are in effect with a big betting on the dealer has a 10 value card as he hits the whole card and a blackjack separate bet altogether. Take insurance plays up with 1/2 of the amount of the original bet area marked insurance. If the dealer does indeed have blackjack, you get the insurance back bet and the original bet stays intact. The dealer does not have blackjack. Your insurance bet is lost and play will continue. The original bet will still be active. Even money blackjack. If you hold blackjack and take an insurance with the dealer ace, and you will end up with an even money payoff whether the dealer or the blackjack or not. Suppose you have the $10 bet and you take insurance for the $5 on the blackjack. Dealer has the blackjack, you will win 2-1 on your $5 insurance pushback. The blackjack for the dealer does not blackjack, you lose $5 insurance bet, but you paid 3-2 on the blackjack. Either way, you end up with the same $10. You sometimes see this as the table where the player will flip over the cards announced to the dealer even money. Insurance strategy. Beginners to gain experience. Players have to take in with insurance. Love to take beginners and even experienced love to take insurance. Well, guess what? It's a bad bet. In fact, it is really bad. It gives you the casino 8% edge. Unless your card counter knowledge of the 10 enriches with the deck, insurance with always bad bet with regardless of the hand of your hold. Simple insurance pays off 2-1. Wager only with the profits with the ratio of the 10s and the other cards either equal to less than 2-1. Full deck with 36 10s, 16 10s ratio greater than 2-1. Therefore, the awful percentage of the play to you. Insuring blackjack. With the take insurance you have with the blackjack, it's a bad, but despite with the well intended with the advance. Advise dealers of the other player that always insure the blackjack. Remember, the insurance with a separate bet with nothing to do with the black. Two cards are hold with those cards with the blackjack with the Lucy 16. Either way, you don't want insurance. The play of the game, the dealer shuffles of the card offered for the full stack of the one over the player's cut. The cut occurs when you remove the top portion of the deck, place it with the next for the original stack. The dealer will complete the cut with the placing of the new stack on top of the original pile, effective with the restacking of the deck with the cut of the traditional protection against the dealer cheating. Dealer now removes one or more of the top cards, called the burn cards, and single the double the deck guns for the burn cards are either put under the deck face down, where all subsequent cards will be placed, or face down into the discard rack with a plastic holder designed to hold the cards. You must make your bets before the cards are dealt. If you forget to do so, the dealer will remind you that the bet is due. You have the option, if you choose, to sit out with a hand two without betting while maintaining your seat. I have done this. The casino don't like it, but don't worry about it. You know what they like and don't like. That's your money. The dealer will ask you if you want to play, and you can inform them that you'll be sitting this hand out. The dealer clockwise left with his right one of the cards at a time until each player of the dealer head with the received two cards. The cards are usually with the dealt face up or down. Single double the deck game, but this makes no difference if they're dealt face up, but they usually are in the multiple deck games dealt with a shoe. But the dealer is bound by strict rules from the cannot deviate, but the dealer's deals only one of the two cards face up. This card is an up card, but the face down card is known as the whole card down card. But the dealer up card is an ace. He will ask you if they want insurance for the up to the insurance place of the bet with up to one half of the wager is marked for the insurance. This is located on the layout above your bet. If the dealer has blackjack, all the players did not indicate insurance, but they lose their bets. Players took insurance and break even play, but it doesn't have the blackjack. He collects lots of lost insurance bets and plays and continues. Procedure vary with the dealer show with a 10 value card with the Nevada casino with the dealer may check with its whole card for an ace. If the blackjack is automatic winner for the house, all players' bets are lost. Players cannot insure against a $10 value card. Player holds blackjack push on play, but the dealer does not have the blackjack. He will favor the first player and await the player's decision. In the Atlantic City, some of the overseas casino with the dealer will only check whole card after the player has acted. Players begin with the better on the dealer's left and him in the position called first base. You have the option to stand, hit, double down, split if you have the two cards equal value with the surrender. If allowed, you must draw the cards allowed until you're satisfied with a total or bust. You may exercise one of the other options discussed previously. Play moves to the next play with the player busts. If it goes over the 21, receive the blackjack, but he must turn over the cards immediately. If the bust, the dealer will collect with the loss of the bet with the blackjack dealer of the 3-2 to 1 bet. After the last player has acted on the cards, the dealer will turn over the whole card over the player's end can view with both hands. He must play his hands according to the strict guidelines regulating his play of the drawing to 17, and then standing over the dealer busts all the players still in the game for that round will play and win automatically. After playing his hand, the dealer will turn over each of the player's cards in turn with the going counterclockwise, his to right, the left, the opposition, the direction from the dealt, with the playing of the winners, collecting from the losers. Once the bettor has played his hand, he shouldn't touch his cards again. He should let the dealer expose his hand, which the dealer would do once he has played his own hand. When the round he has completed with all the players, must be placed a new bet before the next deal. Alright, casino personnel. Casino employee responsible for running of the blackjack game is called the deal with the dealer. Duty for the deal the cards for the player for the play out with the own hand according to the rules of the game. Converts money into chips for the players. Entering the game and buying in for more chip in the course of the game and the making of the correct payoffs of the winning hand collect bets from the loser. Dealer supervisor, technically called the floor man, more commonly referred to as the pit boss, normally responsible for the supervision between 6 boards, 6 tables. He makes sure that the game's in run smoothly, and he settles any dispute that may arise with the players. Most important, his job oversee the exchange of the money to the correct any errors may occur. Entering the game, just sit down and play, baby. Define yourself with an unoccupied seat with a blackjack table to make yourself a comfortable play with the money over the game will be near the betting box in front of you. With inform the dealer that you would like to get some chips in for cash. Chips may be to purchase various denominations, so let the dealer know what chips and combinations chips you like if you have a particular preference. Dealer will take your money and call out the amount with the changing when the supervisor is aware of the transaction taking place with the supervisor exchange. Casinos prefer for the use of the betting of the chips or betting of the handling money with the table slowed down with the game throughout, though the cash can be used for the play All payouts will be in the chips, and casinos never play to win hands with cash. To bet, place your chips on the cash and betting boxes directly in front of you. All the bets by placed before the chips are dealt. Casino chips, standard denominations. Casino chips are 1, 5, 25, and $100. High rollers, 500, 1,000. Even higher with the denomination. Check chips are sometimes used, though some casinos use their own color code. The usual color scheme chips are 1 silver, 2, 5 red, 25 green, 100 black. Traveler checks and money orders. The table only cash chips are accepted if you bring with the dealer check running with the money order like with the must get air with the casino marked with the casino cashier. Get this converted to cash. Be sure to bring the proper identification to ensure the smooth transaction. House limits. Black cards located in the corner of the table to indicate the minimum maximum bet allowed with a particular table. Within same casino, you may find with a minimum ranging from $1 to $2 to $5. On the other tables require the players to pay at least $25 to $100 per hand. At $1 to $2 to $5 tables, the houses are maximally generally not exceed 5,000, 1,000, while 25 and 100 tables may allow players to play as much as 3,000 a hand or higher. Private tables. The casino will normally supply with a high roller with a private table that you request. If you have the big money for the player with prefer your own table, let the bit boss know that you wish to have your own table. If your betting amounts to meets for the casino requirements for the casino, will try to accommodate you cashing out. Dealers return to cash in the chips. They will not change for the chips the back end of the cash, but to get the chips covered back up in the cash, you need the cashier's cage, which is typically located at the rear of the casino. They want to give you the opportunity to drop some coins in the slots on the way. Tipping and toking is called casino parlance. It is totally discretion. No way should it be considered an obligation. No, it's not your duty to support the casino employees in the casino's job. If you're toking, toke only when you're winning. Only dealers are friendly and helpful to you. Do not toke dealers who you do not like. Although once they try to make you feel guilty about you not tipping, dealers that make playing an unpleasant experience and deserve nothing. Best way to tip the dealer is to play with the best bet the dealer in front of your own bet. No chance of the winning of the toke are tied up with your hand. When the hand is won, with both winning together. When the hand is lost, you lose together. Both by being partners on the hand, you establish camaraderie with a dealer. Or naturally, he or she will be rooting to win. This is the best way to tip. When you win, the dealer wins double the tip amount with the plus for the winnings from the bet. Cheating. It's my belief that cheating is not a problem with a major American gambling center, though I would not totally eliminate it if possible. If you ever feel uncomfortable about the honesty of the game to stop playing, though, you're probably being dealt with an honest game. The anxiety must be uncomfortable. It's not worth action. Don't confuse the bad luck with being cheated with the dealers. A mistake with the chancery. Dealers have a difficult job and work hard with the bound to make the honest mistakes. If you find with the dealer yourself short on a payoff, bring it immediately to the dealer's attention and the mistake will be corrected. Free drinks and cigarettes. Casinos will offer unlimited free drinking while I'm playing at the table. In addition to the alcoholic beverages, you can order milk, soft drinks, juices, any other beverage. This is ordered through and served by a cocktail waitress. Cigarettes and cigars are also complimentary and can be ordered through cocktail waitress. Alright, casino rules. Next chapter.